On our final day in the French subantarctic islands, we climbed into the Zodiacs and set out to explore the shoreline of Crozet's Possession Island. There would be no landing today. We had no permission to step foot on this remote and highly regulated land. But I never tire of Zodiac tours. We spent hours moving slowly beneath volcanic cliffs, close enough to see the details of a coastline almost entirely surrendered to wildlife. Waterfalls spilled directly into the sea from between cracks in the dark basalt walls. Giant kelp forests drifted in sheltered bays. The rocks themselves seemed alive. As we drifted closer to the cliffs, we saw hundreds of southern rockhopper penguins occupying the ledges, the boulders, every impossible crack in the cliffs. Somehow, these small penguins thrive in terrain that look difficult even for humans to walk across. Yet, as their name suggests, they hop amongst the rocks with ease. Above them, wandering albatrosses cruised effortlessly along the coastline, barely moving their wings as they rode the wind. Along the water's edge, SubAntarctic fur seals appeared among the kelp beds. Hunted almost to extinction during the sealing era of the 1800s, they have slowly reclaimed many of the islands they once dominated. Some rested on rocks, others slipped silently through the giant kelp forests, surfacing only briefly before vanishing beneath the water again. Fur seals are alert, agile, and endlessly curious. Higher on the beaches lay southern elephant seals, immense, motionless shapes scattered among the stones like pieces of the landscape itself. And then there were the king penguins. King penguins possess some of the most beautiful markings in the bird world. Against their sleek black backs and bright white chests, vivid patches of orange and gold glow on either side of the head and sweep down the neck in soft gradients of amber, apricot, and yellow. But once they enter the water, they become something entirely different. They streaked alongside our zodiac like small torpedoes, porpoising through the surface with astonishing speed and precision. Watching them, it was impossible not to feel that we misunderstand these animals. We call them birds because they have feathers, but in truth, they belong to the sea. The land is merely where they breed. The ocean is where they live. As we followed the coastline back toward the ship, that connection between sea and shore seemed to be everywhere. The rockhoppers on the cliffs, the fur seals in the kelp, the elephant seals on the beaches, the albatrosses riding the wind, and the king penguins weaving through the water around us. In the muted colors of these volcanic beaches and gray skies, these flashes of color seem almost luminous, giving the birds a surprisingly regal appearance. Standing together in their thousands, they look like a gathering of elegantly dressed figures, each carrying a small flame of gold at their throat, a reminder of why they were given the name king penguin in the first place. Thousands gathered along the black beaches beneath the green slopes. On land, they seem almost formal, upright, careful, deliberate. For a few hours, we had drifted through a world of spectacular wildlife. Everything here lives because of the Southern Ocean, but our time in these waters was coming to an end. The Zodiacs were hoisted back onto the ship, and we sailed from Crozet toward Africa.